Hey everyone, Nick here from Talking Cardboard, and today I'm with a special guest who's Petter from Tompet Games. He is the designer and founder of Tompet Games as well, but designer of the game Halls of Hegra, which you currently are seeing on your screen, the Kickstarter page for right now. And as you can see, this game currently still has 10 days to go on Kickstarter, so definitely check this game out if you, after watching this video, it sounds exciting to you. As many of you may know, I'm a big fan of solitaire board games in general, and specifically I'm a big fan of World War II themed board games, and this one is both of those. It's specifically a solitaire design board game with a World War II theme around a battle that probably doesn't have many, if any, board games designed around it, which is really cool. But it's as it says here, a board game about Norwegians defending a fortress near the start of World War II. And I won't spend too much time on the Kickstarter page, as we want to actually show how the game plays in the tabletop simulator mod. But essentially, as mentioned here, it's kind of a cross between Robinson Crusoe, for those of you familiar with that game from Stronghold or from Portal Games, and this War of Mine and Dead of Winter. It also has elements, I would say, of the States of Siege games and the Valiant Defense games. So it's kind of got this great mix of all these other types of games that have done very well. So a really unique game with a World War II theme and highly thematic. Like I said, I'm kind of scrolling through this Kickstarter page quickly. Also, do note that there's plenty of other content creators that have done videos on this game already. So Petter and I agreed we probably will focus more on just showing gameplay in this video, opposed to giving a detailed rules explanation. However, as we play the game, we'll of course kind of explain how the game works. But if you're looking for just an overview of the game, there's definitely other videos that do that very well. So with that said, I'm going to pull up the tabletop simulator mod, and so Petter, I think, yeah, it should just be. Does it matter what color I pick? Probably not.
No, it's the same. You can just pick whatever color you like to think. Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, with that said, first let me first allow Petter to introduce himself. So.
Yeah. Hello. Thank you for having me. My name is Petter, and I'm from Norway. I have before this game, I have designed a game called Donning the Purple and Kill the King. So this is my third game and my first pure solo game. This is a game about, as you said, the early days of World War II here in Norway, where a group of soldiers and volunteers went up to an abandoned fortress and decided to fight back against the Germans that invaded Norway.
Great. Yeah, it's a really cool theme. So what's the best way to get started? Should we just hop right into a round, or any initial explanation?
Yeah, I can give a short explanation of how the game works in general, and then we can explain things as we go along, I think. So we can start down here on the turn track. Down here.
Yep.
So the game lasts for 11 turns, and your goal is to survive at the end of the last stand, which happens at the end of day 11. And if you survive, you can see here on the surrender chart how well you did throughout the game. So you start at the honorable surrender space in this surrender track, but you can also move up or down this track. If this marker ever moves up to the unconditional surrender, the game is over immediately. The game is also divided up into 3 stages. The first one is the mobilization stage, and then it's the first attack, and then it's the siege part at the end, which is divided up into 2 parts. So the games start. So in the mobilization phase, you start with mobilizing new troops and exploring the fortress, because the fortress is snowed down. It has been abandoned for almost 20 years, I think. And you have no maps over the fortress, so you have to dig it out of the snow. And you also have to arrange supply routes from the fortress and out to the farms which are in the near area. Because you will eventually run out of supplies, so you need to have a steady supply chain throughout the coming siege. So and after the mobilization is finished, the Germans start to attack. Then it's the first attack stage. They will attack the village below the fortress. And then eventually you have to retreat from the village and go back into the fortress itself, and then the siege begins. Yeah, and I think we can just start literal, the main game mechanic is worker placement. So this is your workers, or defenders as they are called in this game. And how the game works is that you place these workers on the different action spots. You see each action spot has a Norwegian flag besides, so it shows you that you can place the defenders there. Yeah, I think we can just start. At the beginning of each turn, you draw an event card from one of these card decks, and since we start in mobilization, we pull the top card here and flip it. You want to do it, Nick?
Sure. Do I need to shuffle quick, or is it good to go?
I shuffled before you came in.
Okay,
so,
cool. Yeah. All right, let's go. Let's see what happens.
Okay, so the first thing we have to look at on these event cards is the weather. So it is cloudy, which the marker already is in the cloud spot, so we don't have to move it. So the weather decides how far you can go along the map here. This will eventually be more crowded with German artillery and German patrols. So movement has a lot to say. You will see an example of that soon, I think. Okay. So okay, we have to adjust the weather, and then it says you have to lose 1 morale. You will get back to what the morale does. So basically, it's good to have a positive morale, of course.
Okay.
So, and we will see the repercussions later. But you can just move this 1 step down now.
Okay.
Yes, and then it says add 1 German patrol, and then you have to pull 1 patrol from this bag.
All right.
Yeah. And then we have to, you see here, it's number 2. That means we have to place it on the number 2 spot on the mobilization line of the map. You see the colors on the map are the same as the of the event.
Makes sense.
So we can just flip it like this.
Perfect.
So
okay.
the patrols are here to make it harder for you to get your supplies.
Okay.
All right, and then we can just place it here. If you go over here, this is the recruit bag. Each turn you draw X amount of new recruits from this bag, but if you draw a doubt cube, most of the recruits you drew will flee. So before we draw anything from this bag, we have to add 1 doubt bag, doubt disc into the cube, into the bag.
Okay.
And then you shuffle.
Oops.
Okay. Yeah, and then you start drawing.
All right.
Yeah. So you are allowed to draw from 1 to 4 defenders. You can stop at any moment. And if there are at the moment there are 2 doubt discs in the bag.
Okay.
So if you draw a doubt disc now, you have to stop the recruitment phase and remove everybody but 1 of the defenders you have drawn so far.
Okay, so for sure I should draw 1 more.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm feeling lucky. Oops. I feel like one more is okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, sure. Let's try it. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So this was good for the examples as well, because now we have one defender type of each of the possible types. We can the brown ones are the soldiers, and the blue ones are volunteers, and the green are hunters, and the white ones are medics.
Okay.
Each of the different defender types has its perks. The soldiers are good at fighting, of course, and the medic is good at healing people.
Okay.
The officer is good at promoting people and raising morale, and the hunter is good at getting supplies, and he's strong, so he can also shovel a lot of snow. The volunteers are not good at anything except they have a very kind mother, which packs their backpack with a lot of supplies. So each of the new volunteers that comes from the recruit bag brings along one supply cube.
Perfect. Okay.
So we add one supply cube because of the volunteer that
Got it.
came
Okay.
now. Yeah. Okay, so that was the event phase, and now you have to. Normally, all your defenders would have began over here because they are tired. But now, since it's the first turn, all of them are ready. So we can talk about that at the beginning of next turn.
Okay.
So now you are placing all of your defenders out on the different action spots.
Okay.
I can just quickly tell you what they do. Here you open up new supply routes. Here you negotiate. Negotiation is good because at the start of each turn you add doubt discs into the bag according to this doubt track.
Okay.
And this will eventually can go up or down according to the event cards you draw. And at the end of turn 3, a number of people will leave from the recruit bag. And at the moment, that is the number is 3. So if you negotiate, you will move either of these cubes down one step. Oh,
okay.
Sorry. And here you see you can fire at the Germans, but there are no Germans at the moment attacking the fortress. So you don't have to think about that now. The same thing with the artillery. You can fire your artillery, but at the moment the only gun you have is broken. These 3 top tiles are damage tiles, which you need to repair. You can do that on this action, or repair action. And you can also shovel snow and bolster the fortress and promote volunteers into soldiers. And here you can inspire to raise your morale. And here you can send out new troops to get more supplies.
Okay.
And this is the infirmary, and we can talk about that when some of your guys are injured.
Okay.
Yeah. So this was the very quick explanation of all the actions. So maybe I can start doing some actions, and then you can take over.
Sure. Yeah. Whatever. I trust your judgment.
Yeah. So it's important to make sure that you have a good amount of supplies available for on the map. So I normally start to open up new supply routes at the beginning of the game, because I forgot to mention this this board only lasts for the first three turns, and then it's flipped. So these actions will never be available again.
Okay.
And you see here on each available action there are numbers, and the numbers indicates how many defenders you have to place there to do the action.
Okay.
And here you see officer symbol and a number 2 next to it. That means that an officer counts as 2 guys over here. So so if we do something like this, we try to open up one supply route, and we also maybe negotiate. So we place all the defenders first, and then we resolve them in the order of the numbers here. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah. So, and we probably should start sending out somebody to get some supplies, and then we should start shoveling snow, perhaps, and then we should start repairing stuff.
Okay.
Okay. So just let me know if you disagree with my actions. Even though I have designed the game, I'm not pretty good at it, so it doesn't mean everything I say is clever.
Well, all I was gonna suggest was having that hunter go out on a supply run, which you agreed with. So that was, I'm fine with this.
Yeah. Good. So then we resolve the mobilization step first.
Okay.
We are opening a new supply route. So when we are resolving the action, we place all the defenders on tired. And now we can decide which type of supply we can open up. Each supply disc, when it's returned to the fortress, will give you some supplies and a bonus.
Okay.
So this delivery token, which is already here, will give you an additional supply. This will remove a German patrol, and this will add a miss token to the hit bag, and this will increase the morale.
Okay.
So you can decide which one of these three we will add now.
Yeah, I trust your logic here as well. In what terms of which makes the most sense to add.
So we can, I probably the miss tokens or the morale tokens, or the morale bonuses. I usually take one of these two. So you can decide.
Okay, let's take morale.
Yeah. So then we move that onto here. So now this is also open.
Okay.
All right. But we don't resolve the supply run yet because we are still in the mobilization step. Yeah. Okay, so now we negotiate. Normally you have to place 2 guys here, but the officer counts as 2. So we can do this one time now. So you can decide which one of these 2 you want to move down 1 step.
Let's
yeah.
Well, since this one's already at 1, I mean, maybe there is more. Does the value, what's the effect of the value for fear?
Yeah, at the end of turn 3, X amount of people leave the recruitment bag.
Okay.
And at the moment, the 3 are leaving.
All right. So I think actually I will do this one. And the officer is keeping them calm and with fresh cooked lefse, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so now the mobilization step is over, and nothing happens here on defend the walls, and nothing happens on fire artillery, and then we can start sending out the supply run.
Okay.
So the lone German patrol, it doesn't bother us too much at the moment.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So this is probably one of the better spots for a patrol to be, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
That's correct. So we can just move, for example, this one. So they first start here, and then they move as far as the weather allows, and that is at the moment 5 steps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we can now either send this one also here, or we can start sending it to this side. 2, 3. To go over here, it's actually 6 steps, but yeah, you can decide.
I think I'm almost tempted to say just supplies as well, because we have so many volunteers to supply.
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah. That makes sense. So he also travels over there.
Okay.
Okay. So and that was this step, and now we move down to maintenance.
Okay.
And the first thing we do is shoveling snow. you can take a look over here. Here's the snow track. At the moment, it's on 3. And for each guy that is shoveling snow, you will move this marker one step to the
2,
left.
3. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah. And when it enters the number 3, it moves back to the original position. And when you move it down here, you will flip the top snow card, and you can do that and see what we have revealed from the snow. We found a radio.
Nice.
So you can place that down here where the designated spot is.
Okay.
And the radio is a new available action for you, and it's also a bit broken. Let me see here. So we are adding this one here, and we will explain the repair action very shortly here. We just have to move the guys that shovel snow. They are tired now. Max to tired, and then we are repairing. Repairing is removing this type of damage tiles. You see at the moment the radio is broken and the artillery is broken. And the defensive positions over here are broken.
Lots of broken things.
Yeah. So you can decide which damage tile we need to repair.
Let's open up a defensive position.
Yeah, and then all the damage tiles which you repair are placed inside the hit bag over here. And this hit bag will come into play as soon as the Germans are attacking you with the artillery.
Okay.
Then you will draw X amount of tiles from here and place them back on the different spots when they are hit.
Okay.
So it's you are repairing them to have them be broken again. But it also when you repair them, you also open up new spots to do your actions. So it's a necessary evil. Okay, so they are tired from repairing, and that is actually the final step because there are no injuries, and then we go over to the morale section here and start to check if some of the morale modifiers are happening. You see here there are mostly negative things that can happen to your morale. If it's a red day, for example, you can see that on the turn track, or if you're out of supplies and if there are defenders in waiting area and so on, but none of these applies now. So the morale is currently at -1, so now we have to resolve this. So this means we have to draw 2 low morale cards and resolve one of them. So these are the low morale cards. So and you can just draw 2 of them, and you have to pick one of them to resolve.
All right. Injure.
So now, now we are in the mobilization phase. So then you can only pick from the top option on both of these cards.
I don't want to injure anyone yet, so I'm gonna go with the add to spare card to the high morale.
Yeah. So the spare card is something you add into the high morale deck. You flip it; it looks like this. It's basically a bad high morale card concealed inside the high morale deck. Okay. So this one is used. So and the other one is shuffled back into the low morale deck, and then we are finished with the morale here, and then it's moved back to 0, and then we check the surrender requirements, but none of these are met at the moment, so we can just skip that. And then we check the turn track for any patrol signs or coup, retreat, or last stand text. And at the moment, over here, we have 2 more patrol symbols, so that means we draw and place 2 more German patrols on the map.
All right, so 1, 2, and this goes, I assume, here.
Yep.
And then this one goes, assume, here.
Yep.
Ooh.
So now they have a problem to get back here.
Okay.
Yep. Very good. And that was the first turn. So then we just move the turn marker and we do the same again. So just to explain, the first three turns are pretty calm compared to the rest of the game, but it escalates quickly, I can assure you.
No, yeah, I can. It's already starting to escalate. We have some guys right next to each other out on that
Yeah,
on the board.
yeah. So let's draw another mobilization card
Yep.
from the event deck. Oh yeah.
Snowy weather
Then
time.
it's snowy, so then we have to move the weather marker up here. So now we are the movement is only 1 to 4 on the map, and we also have to move the snow marker 1 step to the right. If it ever comes over here, it moves back into 5, and then we have to draw 1 tile from the hit bag and resolve it.
Okay.
All right, and then you have to add 1 despair card to the high morale deck.
Yay. All right. Of course, right after I already...
Yeah. So we are stacking
Oops,
that,
I hate when I do that.
lots of despair now. R, yeah, the shuffle with R. All right, and you also have to move the fear marker 1 level up.
Yay, all my progress.
And then you have to add 1 doubt disc into the recruitment bag over here.
All right.
So now if for example, the doubt marker was up on the number 2 step, you had to add 2 doubt tokens into the bag.
Okay.
But it's luckily it's only in the number 1 spot. All right. So now you have to draw again from the recruit bag.
Okay. So 1 volunteer, which is what it is. I still feel okay doing 1 more. Oh.
Yeah. Well, okay. So you aren't allowed to draw anything more. So the doubt disc is placed back into the bag. We can just let's pretend you had drawn this first, and this was the third disc. So now you had to choose which one of these 2 you had to keep, and the other one would have left the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that didn't happen, but yeah.
Okay.
So this volunteer moves into ready.
Okay.
And his mom brought him some sandwiches.
Nice.
So he brings along one supply. And now we have to make your guys ready. So now you have to spend supplies to make them to move them from tired to ready. And then you can see here, for each supply you spend, you get to move 4 defenders from tired to ready.
How does this go down? How does that go down?
It as the game progresses, it goes down. So each supply is worth less throughout the game. So yeah, you should enjoy it while it.
Yeah, I guess so. Is there is there like a thematic connection to that as that's?
Yeah, it's basically because the conditions inside the fortress got worse and worse. Some gasoline got mixed up with the water, and there was no lights anymore inside the mountain halls, and yeah, everybody getting sick and all of that. So
The supplies,
the supplies are dwindling, and they need more supplies to get the guys going. So yeah.
So
yeah, so you can just move 4 of those over there.
2, 3, and I can use 2. So it's 2 supplies get me 8 people. Is that how that works?
Yeah, correct. You can also, if you're running short on supplies, you can spend morale points to move 2 guys over.
Okay. Glad. Oh, thank you, volunteers, for your lunches.
Yeah. Yeah. And now we are placing out the defenders again.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So do you want to place them first?
Okay. So how does the German? How does it work over here with the German blocking the patrols?
Yeah, I can tell you that, because you have several options. First of all, if a guy or a defender is moving with a supply token, they are going like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. But the supplies are so heavy that they are getting 1 movement penalty. So it is actually moving only 1, 2, 3 now because it's snowy also. So it caps at 4, but -1 since you are carrying the delivery tokens.
Okay.
But they have to move past German patrol. You have two options. You can stop and wait, or you can try to sneak past. If you want to sneak past, you have to roll a die and see if you get higher than the suspicion.
Okay.
Basically, if you roll higher, you can just move through him. But then the suspicion adds gets +1. If you decide to stop at the same position, you have to stop there, and the suspicion marker gets -1.
Okay. Well, I think I'm going to try to at least sneak back with my hunter.
Yeah, but you have to place your.
Oh yeah, I'm
defenders
jumping. I'm jumping ahead.
Yeah.
So this is
Yeah.
so this would happen. Yeah, after defenders are placed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I guess what I meant to ask then, there isn't an action I can do with one of the ready guys to eliminate that guy.
Yeah. You can send out a soldier. They have an extra option. They can fight the patrol.
Yeah.
That basically means you just place him here and remove this one back to the patrol bag, and you have to roll a suspicion check to see if he is injured or not. Basically,
Ooh.
you can also fire your artillery at the German patrols if you want, but you have to fix the artillery first.
Which is in fixings after firing, so I would not be able to fix it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. The option to like send out a soldier seems nice. So
yeah,
I'll just do. So that would put them in the 3 box.
Yep, correct.
Okay, so do that. Because I definitely need those supplies. And then the officer. I'll say the officer can do some negotiating again. Ooh, yeah, I guess some negotiating again. I don't like having that fear high. We need to do more repairing is needed. So we'll do some repairing. So
you see here, it's you need at least 2 guys to do this action. But if you place 4, you can do it 2 times. You can do an action more than once.
Okay, yeah.
Apart from firing the artillery, you can only do that once.
So let's send more. So repairing twice. And then do I do some shoveling? Or do I repair 3 times? Or
I forgot to explain the radio. If you place 2 guys or 1 soldier here, you add 1 hope card to the low morale deck. It's basically the same as the despair, but only a good card in the low morale deck.
I'm just gonna, because I earned that snow card, so I'm gonna use it. And let's see here, what add mistile or defense. Ooh. That sounds like not a bad idea. What do you think? Does it seem? Am I making a naive move if I put 2 guys here, or should I put them instead? Ooh, actually, yeah. Well, okay. I'm already getting analysis paralysis. I'm going to, I'm trying to predict what morale will be. Future predict what my morale will be. Right now it's 0, which is good.
Yeah.
So I don't need the morale, but having a miss added definitely sounds nice. I'm gonna okay. We'll leave it like this. All right.
Yeah. I think that's good.
Okay.
Okay. So if first resolve the mobilization step, and then you get to move one of these cubes down.
All right. We're gonna calm them down again. All right.
Yeah. Very good.
Tired.
Yeah. And then nothing happens here or here, and then you are over here. So now the first thing that happens is that you are placing this one outside here, and now you could get to choose the order of which defender you are moving first.
Okay.
So you can basically send the soldier and clear up this before these two are stepping outside.
Yeah, he's gonna go on the mission out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the first thing, so we decide to fight him, I guess.
So, and then to fight him, yeah, right? Yep.
Yeah. So if you fight him, the German patrol token is automatically moved back into the bag.
Okay.
And then you have to roll a suspicion check with a die. Let's see where there's a dice. Yeah. Yeah, it was higher, so he didn't get injured.
Perfect.
But the general suspicion of the Germans are increasing, so the suspicion marker is increased by 1.
Okay.
So the next time you're trying to do something with the Germans, it will be harder. And now you get to move these two if you want.
Yes.
And remember, you only can move up to 3 steps now.
Yeah, because it's 4 minus 1 for carrying, right?
Yeah. But Hunter is a strong defender, so he ignores the supply penalty, but he still only get to move here. Yeah.
Okay.
And he is finished with moving.
Does he go? Yeah. Does he go back to? Does he go to tired or stays?
No, he stays, so he can pick up supplies or kill other Germans. Later.
Okay, all right, okay, cool.
Yeah. Very good. And now we can move on to maintenance.
So maintenance, I'm going to now, for the first point, get that gun operational. So I put this back in the hit bag, right?
Yep, correct.
Okay, cool. And then I'm going to spend these guys to provide more defensive position.
Yep.
And then
so I can explain the bolster action. You add the miss tile into the hit bag, which means if you pull that out when they hit you, it basically counts as a miss. Nothing gets broken inside the fortress. Or if you want to increase the defense, it means to increase the defense of your infantry. Because when for each defense you have, you will subtract 1 hit from the Germans when they attack you.
Oh, okay. That sound increase. I can increase this by 1, is what you're saying?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, very good. And then it's the lonesome radio guy. Now you get to add 1 hope card into the low morale deck.
Oops. Perfect.
Very good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then he's tired.
Yeah.
And that's 4, 5, nothing here. So then
it's the morale now, and we can just speed things along here. Nothing will affect your morale at the moment. So and you are at 0, so you don't have to draw any cards.
Good.
And nothing will affect your surrender marker. And there are no patrol tokens or symbols here, so you can just move the turn marker to number 3.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah. And now it's the final turn of the mobilization stage.
Okay.
So first you draw the top mobilization event card. Yeah.
All right. Let's see what we got here. Cloudy. Okay. That's not as bad as snowy. And no 1 morale. That's never fun.
Yeah. No.
And you must move the fear and doubt markers up 1 level. All right. Of course, there goes my fear progress. And then
and then you add the doubt tokens into the
I love the text. The text makes me makes me feel like, why would we ever try to resist them? As you're like, it's like, why am I even trying? Like, it's just everything's just futile. I love it. Okay, so we add a doubt to the bag.
Yeah, and
All
then you
right.
shuffle.
And then shuffle it. Yeah. All
Yeah,
right.
and then you start to pull defenders.
Okay. Medic. Definitely trying at least one more. Oh my gosh. Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Why do we even try to reason? So this goes
So
goes
yeah,
back, right?
that goes back. Yeah, correct.
And then he goes to ready, right?
Yeah. So now you get to experience how it is to have
Oh
not have enough
yeah.
to supply.
Crap. Okay. Well, definitely using this one food to at least get my 3 soldiers and officer back.
Yeah. And you also have the options of resting. You can rest up to 2 guys here or defenders.
Okay.
And these will on the at the start of the next turn they will be moved into ready for free.
For free. Okay. All right. You know that because otherwise, if I -1 morale, I get 2 guys over.
Yeah.
Is that what that means?
Mm-hmm.
Morale's already at -1, so sending it to -2 sounds.
But I can give us a little hint because every time
Oh.
somebody returns with supplies, the morale increases with 1. So you have some morale to spend later.
Okay, so you're saying these 2 guys should theoretically be giving me 2 morale back.
Yeah, correct.
So then, okay. So following with that line of thinking, I will send these to the rest box, and then I will go ahead and sacrifice the 1 level down on morale to
Yep,
get the other 2 back. Yep.
correct.
Okay. And
Yeah,
now I put them out.
yep.
Okay. So the
So this is the final turn. This mobilization board is here. This will be flipped at the end of this turn. So this is the only moment you can open up new supply routes or negotiate now. So at the end of this turn, the fair track will also be resolved. So this action won't be needed. But yeah.
so because does is fear is an automatic thing that happens at a certain
Yeah.
point?
So if this is so let's say this is the end of this turn, you will remove 3 defenders from the recruitment bag because of the fair track. And so the odds of you pulling doubt is greater the next 3 turns.
Yeah. Okay. So I, even though I feel like that's still worthwhile doing just because I don't want to lose my guys. And then the opening a new supply track. So that's one that I'm not sure if I I don't know. If I don't do that, do you think that's stupid?
It's usually a famous last words, not saying that I don't want to open a new supply.
Okay, because then I have to spend 2. All right, well, I guess I don't need my, the medics. We'll put them out because you've convinced me, and you should do that. All right, so then let's do some more. Shuffling. Because then, yeah. Well, I don't have. If I had a green guy, I would maybe try to get some shuffling. So now I'm thinking I just go all in on repairing, unless I want to send a guy out on a supply run. But yeah, the morale. But that means I would not. I could send 2 guys out on a supply run. Okay. Let's do this. I'm going to do a snow shovel and put a guy out for a supply run. Does that seem silly?
No, it seems clever at the moment. Yeah, I support your.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So we start here. You can now
Oops, I didn't mean to do that.
are opening the final
yeah.
or one last supply route. So then you have to pick between This one where the bonus is adding a miss token into the hit bag or removing a patrol token.
Is even though there's a patrol in the way, I do like the idea of having more missed tokens, so I'm gonna go with that one.
Yep.
And then my medics are exhausted from tired from that.
Yep.
And then decreasing the fear track again with some more negotiation. And okay, cool.
Yeah.
Nothing here.
So then nothing here, and then you get to the supply run.
Yeah. Well, I was picturing it's cloudy, so yeah, I was picturing this morale track. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? He can make it there.
No,
I counted wrong. I counted wrong again, didn't I?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
And
you can of course try to sneak past this one and get inside, but that's up to you.
I just have a feeling these morales are gonna come in.
Yeah, they usually do. Okay, so then you also need to move
these guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they come back to base, basically, right?
Yeah. And we resolve the returning home part at the end. You just have to move this one as well.
Oh yeah. Oh, so could he go up here first?
Yeah. So you are ending the movement if you ever enter a supply depot, as you did now. Yeah.
I guess I will go ahead and do that. So then he takes it over, right?
Yeah, and then he gets to move back at the next turn.
Next turn. Okay.
Yeah. So now we are resolving these two. We can just take one at a time. So you see here, first you move the defender to the tired area. You can move both of them, actually. And then you get 1 morale per guy that returned.
Nice.
So morale +2.
Perfect.
Yeah, and then the suspicion also increases 1 per returning defender. So +2 there as well. And then you get 2 supplies per token.
Nice.
Plus the special bonus. So, and here the bonus is an extra supply, so you technically get 6 supplies now.
Like
correct?
That?
Yeah, and these are removed from the game.
Okay. Good. Well, I'm feeling more supplied. That's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so shoveling time.
Yeah.
That goes down 1, right?
Yeah, correct.
And then repair and I was thinking just kind of to keep things equal, we'll now do another gun level.
Yep.
And that's the rest of 4, nothing 5.
Yeah, and nothing happens with your morale either, but then we can, or surrender, but we can check here. So now they checked the turn track for first, we checked for the patrol symbols, so now it's you're adding two more.
All right, 1, 2, so another 2, right?
Yeah.
She still goes there. Oops.
Yeah, I can fix it.
And then a guy on 6. Great.
Yeah.
So does anything immediately happen when the...
No.
Okay.
It only happens when you move into patrol. Yeah. All right, and then you see here at the end, at the bottom here, it says coup, and then we are resolving the text over here. So first you draw X amount of discs from the recruit bag and place them in the reserve. So X is at the moment 2. So now you draw 2 discs from the bag.
1.
And you redraw any doubt.
1.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, so now these are out of the game. And the doubt is put back into the bag.
Okay.
All right, and then you move the supply marker one step to the right.
Oh yeah.
That's this one. So it now it begins.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you get to place one defender on each defensive position, not covered by a damage tile. So basically, that means you can place defenders on these three. If you place 3 or 4 soldiers, you will receive 1 or 2 bonus morale.
Okay.
So you can take them from tired. That's okay.
So 1. All right. I don't know if it matters how they get placed out. 1, 2. Is the combat effectiveness between blue and green the same?
Yeah, green. It's the blue one is the worst.
Ooh, but green is also good at shoving.
Yeah, so we have to decide.
uh, he'll be cannon fodder.
Yeah.
So and then yeah, okay, so that's done.
Yeah. So technically, if you want him to be cannon fodder, you have to
Put him on the left.
place
Okay.
him on the left.
Okay.
Yeah. Great. And then you flip the mobilization board. We can do that like this, and now the first attack will begin. Okay, so if there's time, we can continue into the first attack.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. All right. So now you draw an event card from the first attack deck over here.
Okay.
Yeah. And now things will escalate a bit. So it's still cloudy, and you add 2 despair cards into the high morale card.
All right. 2 despair and a high morale. 1, 2.
Yeah, that's good. And then you draw from the recruit bag, like normal.
Draw. Okay, like normal.
Yeah.
So 1.
Yeah.
So I still get to draw 1 then.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Good.
At least I get my food, right?
Yeah. And then there's a new symbol over here on the card, which means 5 Germans are attacking you.
All right.
So now we start to place Germans over here.
Okay.
So the goal for the Germans is to move here and there and start charging you. So after the Germans are placed, you roll 1 die for each German. So you can do that.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Where was the yeah, there? Yeah.
So
where was the 5th
so I have
die?
Was there 5? Did I?
There, yeah. There it was.
Okay. So
yeah, there. Yeah. So now you roll 5 dice. All right, and then you designate 1 die per German. You don't have to do it like this, but since it's the first time, we can do it. So you see that you rolled 1 3 and 2 5 and 1 6 and another 6. All right. So the dice decide where in which action they take.
Okay.
So then we resolve the hitbox, and there are at the moment there are 4 Germans inside here, which means they are hitting 4 times. But you have 1 in defense, so it's subtracting or negating 1 of the hits, so they only hit you 3 times. But
only 3 times.
Yeah, but but you still have 3 guys here, so all of them are hit.
Yeah.
So now we got an opportunity to show how injuries work.
Okay.
You can just start rolling 1 die for each of these guys.
All right. Here's for the volunteer or the
Yeah.
2.
So he's moved into the infirmary. So the infirmary has 3 beds. So you just pick one of these beds and put him on the number 2 spot, and you do the same for the other guys, the soldiers.
All right. Soldier number 1, 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the other soldier. Ooh. Okay.
Yeah. So I can explain this soon. So then all the Germans that hit you are moved back into the waiting area of the sector, and then you resolve the move, moving German. So he's placed up in top of the or to the next sector. All right.
What would have happened if I had no defenders in?
If he had moved over here, he would have entered the fortress and died, but he would also had you can see here. If there are no defenders left, he would have killed one of your guys inside the fortress.
Oh, okay. But if for these guys, since they all shot, if I had no guys defending.
So if let's say the attack started now,
yeah, yep.
all of them would have moved. They don't roll for hitting if you have no
okay.
no one defending. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So now it's you. So the first thing that happens is that the guys that rested last turn are moved to ready for free.
Okay, and then now
now you get to move these guys to ready. And now remember now that each supply token or supply cube you use will only bring 3 guys over to the ready
area. Yeah, so in this case, if I have to spend 2 to get all 5 over.
Yeah.
So so you have to waste then the 1, right?
Yeah. Basically, yeah. If you don't want to waste it, you can spend a morale to bring over 2, but I think it's
yeah, that's okay.
Wise to do it like this anyway.
Okay.
Right? So I can explain how the infirmary works now. I would suggest that you put at least 1 medic over here. You see, treat 1 patient in 1 bed basically means that you move one patient up 1 step. If a patient ever reaches beyond the track, he's healthy and is put back into tired. Basically, so if you place a medic here, he will resolve this action 2 times.
Okay. Yeah, definitely agree that we put at least 1 medic there, then to help heal the wounded.
Yeah, I can also explain how the artillery works.
Okay.
You place 2 guys here. That's either soldiers or an officer, and then you choose if you want to fire at the infantry or on the map or on the Værnes airfield. If you choose to fire at the infantry, you pick one of the sectors, and then based on how many bullseye or target symbols you have here, you will hit 2 Germans. So at the moment, if you choose to hit this sector, you will remove 2 Germans, and the rest of them will be suppressed.
Okay.
Laid down. So and suppressed Germans will not roll dice the next turn. You can also fire at the map, and then you get to pick to remove one thing from the map row per revealed target symbol. And the same thing over here at the Værnes, you get to choose one of these bonuses per target you have revealed on your gun. And after you have fired where you on the target you chose, you get to roll a die to see if your gun jammed or not.
Okay. So I'm thinking I gotta start shooting back even though I lost. Yep. So put out some more volunteers for now.
Yeah, and I can also explain how shooting back works. You roll 1 die per defender here, and you hit if you roll 4, 5, or 6. Or and if you roll 1, 2, or 3, you suppress the German you aim at. And you see here, the volunteers and hunters will are only able to hit this sector, while the officer and soldiers can hit this sector and this sector.
Okay. Yeah, so and I see like it says here if this guy if someone's occupying this at the end of the day I lose the morale.
Yeah, correct.
So I need to and I assume that means I need to kill him, not just suppress him.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, so hopefully as long as one of these guys rolls a 5 or I can just send out another volunteer and really increase my chances that one of them rolls a 4, 5, or 6. Or is that too much? Is that overkill?
It depends on your strategy.
The strategy is to survive.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what else. Yeah. So the gun sounds fun, but unfortunately, you need soldiers for that. And
soldiers or an officer. So and at the moment, all your soldiers are either injured or out getting supplies.
So,
but you can actually promote one of your volunteers into a soldier.
Yeah.
You just place your officer here and one volunteer.
Okay, I'm gonna try that because why not? And then, what? Ooh. Well, now I feel
the pressure.
Yeah, I do feel a lot of pressure. I was gonna say now I feel the need to bolster my defense further because that wipe like that was really bad.
Yeah.
So I'll put 2 guys there, and then
you're out of guys.
And then no, I have one hunter.
No, you have one still. Yeah.
I'm eyeing the shovel because I can do at least 2.
Yeah.
2 with the shovel, or do I send him out on a mission? Because no, that's only. Yeah. Let's do it. Put him in shoveling. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Let's fire back. So now you roll two dice. So both of them are firing at this guy because they won't reach this sector.
Okay. Yeah. Thank God. So.
Yeah. So this one is killed. So he's removed from the board.
And I get to draw a high morale card for the kill.
No, sorry. You get to not draw a low morale card.
I get a supply because we capture his body for food. Is that
no? But the defenders in this in the defensive positions are not moved to tired. They are remain here until they are changed out or killed or injured. Yeah.
Yeah, injured.
All right.
Okay.
So then we move on to the supply run.
Yes. So it's just this guy, I think, and it's so it's cloudy, but he's carrying something. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is as far as he can move, right?
Yep, correct.
And and that guy. Okay. So that guy. Oh, if he moves out here, he has to end his turn.
Yeah.
Does it make sense for him to take care of the German patrol first and then move, or does it not matter?
Yeah, if he kills the German patrol, he has to end this movement.
Yeah. All right. Well, then I'm gonna move up here, and then he ends his turn there, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Correct.
Oh, okay. So that's just, and then that would be the supply run phase.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
And now it's the maintenance.
Okay, so maintenance, this guy's got his shovel out, so he's going to push the snow back 2.
Yep.
And then bolster, which I like the idea of mist tokens, but man, I really want that better defense, so I'm going to go with that. Yep. And then, yay, so officer, I assume, goes to tired, and then this gets...
Yes, correct. You change it with a soldier from here.
And I assume to tired?
Yep.
Okay.
It's tiresome being promoted.
Yeah, a lot of training, I imagine.
Yeah.
All right, and then
Right,
infirmary.
infirmary. So if you haven't placed, even though you place one here or not, relapse and recovery will happen. Relapse is because let's say another guy is injured now, and all your beds are full, so they have to be placed in the waiting area. So when the relapse and recovery happens, every defender in the waiting area is moved down, while the other is moved up one step.
Okay.
Yeah. And if at any time a bed is available, because for example you in your action you moved this one up on space, he will be automatically transferred into the available bed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, to start, then the medic gets to use the medic action to up.
So basically he will be auto healed because of the recovery.
Yeah. So then it would make most sense just to go this guy up 2.
Yeah, correct. And then this one is healed automatically 1, and those 2 are healed 1. So they are moved back to tired as well.
Perfect. Okay.
All right, and we can just move through the morale quickly here, because nothing of this applies at the moment since you killed the German in the top sector, and nothing in surrender. And there are no patrols, so we can step to the next turn if you want.
Okay, yeah, so I was gonna say maybe we call it here. It's definitely looking more challenging than those first few turns, that's for sure. But it's definitely but there's definitely some hope now. I got some soldiers back, and it's you can see how, like you said, the game really escalates as you start playing through the different phases. So, and that's just the first round of the first attack phase. And already, I can see how this is going to be a close call. So,
maybe I can just show one of the siege cards to explain how, because there are some new stuff happening there. This is as normal, but here are some new symbols. First of all, you add the planes are starting taking off from the airfield, so you place the leftmost tile stack into the hit bag, and then at the end of the first attack phase, the German artillery are starting to be placed outside here. So this symbol on the event card means that you draw one tile from the hit bag according to the highest revealed number on the artillery track. Over here.
So you would take out 5.
Yeah. You have to shuffle it first. So basically, draw 5 of them from this bag.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. So and then you see here the miss is just discarded, but now you see the gun is damaged.
Yep.
And here you see you lose 1 supply for these 2. And on this and on the artillery tile, you move it back into the bag, but you also move the artillery marker 1 step to the right. And if this ever touches a new artillery piece, this will be placed on top of the placed on the map as well, forcing you to draw even more tiles each turn.
Yeah. Okay. And then more.
And then of course more Germans.
More Germans.
Yeah. And after the first attack, you also remove this board, and then reveal another bigger infantry attack section here.
Okay. And this operates similar to this track. Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically the adult version of the first attack, adding some grenades.
What's the wrench symbol on the left?
Yeah, if you want to fire your let's say you are firing your artillery on this sector, you
Okay.
have to for, let's see here, like this. You see you have one status tile, a status tile. How you say that in English? Is it status or status?
Status.
Yeah, status. So you have one status tile revealed. It's which means you get to kill 2 of these guys, and the rest is suppressed. And then you have to roll to see if your gun jammed. You have to roll a die. So let's see, you say you rolled a 3, for example. That's below the criteria,
Okay.
which means this status tile is flipped into its jam side. So now you have to unjam it to make the gun work. So it's just one more hurdle you have to jump through to
So
kill the Germans.
it's more likely to jam the closer they are.
Yeah,
Okay.
because artillery can't fire as close. The closer the artillery fires, it's the more difficult it is. And also the artillery on the fortress was really old and not in well shape, so they jammed a lot.
Got it. Okay. So yeah, that even more than I'm complaining after the first round of the first attack, and then even more stuff starts coming out. So
Yeah.
No, it was really a really cool game, and I appreciate all the theme that's put into it, because one of the things that I enjoy about games is how the mechanics, correlate to the theme of whatever the game is. And in this game, you clearly have that with the different workers being good at different actions, and then the actions themselves impacting aspects of the game that make sense, and the weather making it more difficult for your guys to go out and get supplies. And yeah, no, definitely a really cool game. And appreciate you taking the time to show, well, designing this game in the first place, Petter. Like I said before, is really cool. It's always nice when the thing about I like about board games too is I learn about the historic, occurrences I would never have heard about before. So that's obviously the case with this game. I never would have thought. I mean, I guess I would have thought, maybe I would have assumed there was some fighting that went on in Norway during World War II, but would not have any idea about this specific confrontation. So it's cool to learn about something that you didn't have any knowledge of before, but then obviously the fact that it's a fun game to play too makes it that much more better. So
yeah, cool.
Yeah, with that said, I'm going back to the Kickstarter page here. So as of this recording, now it's ticked down actually to 9 days left since we started playing, and already over 1,000 backers. So that's awesome to see. Definitely, consider backing this game, guys, if you think it looks like something that would be of interest to you. Hopefully, the taste of the game got you interested in wanting to get your own copy to play with yourselves. And I guess any other comments you wanted to make, Petter, about this game, or anything else in general that before we close this?
No, I'm happy with the playthrough, and I have to admit I don't think you would have lasted many turns after we called it quits anyway. So yeah, but you got to see a small glimpse of the game. We didn't get to explore the morale section or the surrender checks and all of that, and yeah, so this was just a quick glance at the game. So it has more.
Yeah, definitely. Good point. There was definitely some aspects we didn't get to really touch on during that playthrough, but But yeah, after that first volley of German attack, knocking out 3 of my defenders, I felt that that was not a good start for during the German attack phase. So, well, with that said, guys, definitely, if you have any questions about this game, feel free to put those in the comments of the video. Also, feel free to leave your comments in general about if I could be doing this in a different way to make it better for you guys. Definitely always interested in better ways of doing this type of thing. So hopefully you guys appreciated this. Special thanks again to Petter for his time today to show us Halls of Hegra, and of course, best of luck to the rest of the Kickstarter campaign. And with that said, I'm Nick from Talking Cardboard. Hope to see you guys again soon, and thanks for watching.